This year, you may begin to see this label on packaging at the grocery store. It's a certification seal from the national nonprofit American Farmland Trust. What it means is that at least 95% of ingredients came from U.S. farms. This week, we talked with the nonprofit and the first company that will have this certification on its products to better understand how this impacts U.S. farmers and consumers.
And joining us now is Beth Sauerhaft, Acting President and CEO of American Farmland Trust, and John Rogers, Chief Procurement Officer for Anheuser-Busch. Thank you to the both of you for taking the time to talk with us this week. Beth, I want to start with you. I think you need to educate us on this because this is brand new. What is this U.S. Farmed certification?
Thanks, John. U.S. Farmed Certification and Packaging Seal is a program for brands that are sourcing 95% or more of their agricultural ingredients from crops grown here in the United States. And it's also a way to show some really strong support for American farmers and rural communities because we're ensuring that they've got a good domestic market for their products. And this is so critical right now because we are losing 2,000 acres of farmland a day to being paved over or built on or converted to some other non-agricultural use. And at the same time, we are facing an unprecedented intergenerational transfer of farmland that's going to happen in the next 20 years. We're going to have about a third of our farmland, or 300 million acres, transferring from one generation to the next. So having a program like this one is really critical to ensuring that we've got a viable agricultural sector, and our farmers are being profitable, have a market for their goods here in the United States. And we're really excited that Anheuser-Busch is the first company to get certified and to show a seal on their products.
Yeah, John, let me ask you about that. How did you get involved with this? Was this just a perfect natural fit, or did the company need to maneuver in order to meet these certifications?
Well, Anheuser-Busch is American grown, brewed, and enjoyed, and we've proudly supported U.S. farmers and the entire agricultural community in America for over 165 years. So for us, the U.S. Farm certification is just taking our commitment to the next level and ensuring that we're bringing in other companies to also show their support for the U.S. farmer and to strengthen the American agricultural economy. We're, as Beth mentioned, very excited to be the first company to ever certify its products as U.S. farmed, starting off with Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, and Busch Light. And Busch Light will be the first ever product and brand to carry the U.S. Farm certification on its packaging. So the seal will be on cans and on our secondary packaging, hitting the shelves this May. And again, for us, it's a very natural fit, given our longstanding commitment to U.S. farmers, to the natural ingredients, the local ingredients that are in our beer, whether it be barley, hops, rice, or corn. So we couldn't be more excited about what this certification represents.
And John, you need to educate me a little bit. Big business, it can be tough to steer that ship sometimes. Do you think this is something that companies are going to look at and say, we fit that, let's get that certification? Or do you think this can push companies to change maybe their business habits in order to be able to get this seal on their products?
We hope both. We're immensely proud in the heritage and the support that we've had, the intergenerational partnerships that we have. We work with over 700 growers a year across those four key agricultural ingredients for us. For us, they're the lifeblood of our company. Our superior quality starts with the superior quality that they produce on farm, whether it be barley, rice, hops, or corn. So for us, we hope there's companies like us that are already sourcing more than 95% of their agricultural ingredients from U.S. farmers that want to join, so that we can better inform consumers when they're making a purchasing decision to buy a product that's directly supporting U.S. farmers. And absolutely, to your question, we'd love for this to be an inspiration for companies that currently are not, would not qualify for 95%, to think about how they can, evolve and transform their supply chain to source from U.S. farmers.
Beth, I think I need to ask this question in this day and age, but just clarify for me, when you talk about U.S. farms, does that mean farms in the U.S. or does it mean farms in the U.S. that are owned and operated by Americans as opposed to owned perhaps by an entity overseas?
This is a program that's focusing on ingredients that are grown in the United States.
And finally, what's in the pipeline, Beth, for this program? Obviously, you're starting with Anheuser-Busch, but do you already see kind of a future? Are you already in talks with other companies and sort of looking to grow this? I guess I'm asking you to kind of look in your crystal ball to see, hey, maybe a year from now, what does this look like?
We're hoping that any CPG company, any consumer packaged good company in the United States, whether they're small or large like Anheuser-Busch, will come along and join us and get certified U.S. farmed. And together, as a large group of companies with an immense agricultural supply chain here in the country, we'll be able to show a real strong amount of support for American farmers and rural communities and their economies.
All right, Beth Sauerhaft, John Rogers, thank you to the both of you. Sounds like a great program. I'm looking forward to seeing it, on these packages. Thanks for taking the time this week.
All right.
Thank you.
John.